Hey everybody, I'm here with a quick video on Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj had a former security guard sue her. She won the lawsuit and has yet to get her judgment that the judge hit the gavel and told Nicki that she owed this former security guard. So now the security guard wants the judge to force Nicki Minaj to sell that mansion to pay off the debt. And the judge is closer to saying, you know what? Put the mansion up for sale so that you can make good with this former security guard. Nicki Minaj keep messing around. She may not be in her mansion for the holidays or maybe for the 2026 New Year. I don't understand why people think it's a joke when a judge hits the gavel and says you owe so and so. You got to either try to make some payments, set up a payment plan, but ignoring it is not the answer. Let me share a screen so we can get more into the story. So the judge says she is close to forcing the sale of Nicki Minaj's $20 million Los Angeles mansion to settle debt owed to rapper's former security guard. You know, when you're a celebrity, even when you're not a celebrity, you have to be extremely careful how you move around people because they know you have money. If you just step to the left wrong or step to the right, the first thing they're going to do is find themselves a lawyer so they can sue you. And I'm not saying that Nicki Minaj was right or wrong in this situation. I'm just saying that in general, you got to watch how you move and watch who you have around you. A California judge says she is close to forcing the sale of Nicki Minaj's $20 million mansion after the rapper allegedly refused to pay damages that were awarded to a former security guard who claims he was assaulted by her husband, Kenneth Petty. Listen, people fall in love with who they fall in love with. Nicki Minaj is Nicki Minaj, but it also seems like, when she got connected with Kenneth Petty, things really did not seem to go in her favor. I'm just saying. In a hearing on November 24th, Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Cindy told lawyers for both parties that she is leaning toward a forced sale of the opulent home, but said that there is one final detail she wants to reveal before taking that action. My tentative is to grant this. I just want to make sure we're getting it right, she said. The one detail required, according to the Rolling Stone, is a Bank of America statement that details Minaj's payments on her $13.3 million mortgage since October 2022, as well as the daily interest that is accrued on the debt. The judge explained that she wants to reveal this document to ensure that a forced sale of the property will actually be able to cover the $503,000 debt that is owed to Minaj's former security guard, Thomas, even if the property sells for well below the market value. Oh, good God. So what she's trying to say is, Nicki Minaj the home is worth $20 million. So that's, to me, that's $7 million worth of equity, right? If the home is worth $20 million, but she still has a $13.3 million mortgage on the home. To me, so she's trying to say if the home sells for less, will Nicki Minaj be able to clear this mortgage that she still owes and have enough left over after the relatives get their piece of the pie, have enough left over to make this $500,000 payment to the former security guard? Let's say there's no bidder who offers a full $20 million and it goes up for auction, and then they don't get their fair market value and it doesn't cover everything. If it doesn't cover what the sale is required to cover, including the judgment in this instance, then I would use that evidence to help me determine that, she said. So the judge is being fair. The judge is not going to force the sale of the home and then the home gets sold and the person is still not paid. That would be like totally unfair and ridiculous, right? Thomas lawyer, the security guard that sued Nicki Minaj and won, Paul Sasso attempted to argue back, insisting that the sale would likely reap millions more than needed to cover the payments, and insisting that they could deal with any shortfall at a later date. But no, any shortfall would be wrong to Nicki Minaj. We have to be fair in this thing. However, the judge refused to back down and noted that she will not make a decision until the bank statement is revealed. And I'm glad she's doing that way. As I understand it, that's the only piece missing. Everything else looked good, she said. The judge then set a follow-up hearing for January 22nd so that she could look over the pending paperwork and make a decision. I don't understand why Nicki Minaj's lawyer, in the meantime, instead of, allowing the possibility of her house to go up for sale, why don't he just say, can we make a payment plan with this person? Unless Nicki just doesn't have the money. The latest movement in the case comes weeks after it was first revealed that Thomas had asked a court to force the sale of Minaj Hidden Hills, California dwelling so that he can claim the money that is owed to him. Thomas, who worked as a security guard at one of Minaj's shows in Germany in 2019, accused Petty of punching him in the face at the event and was later awarded more than $500,000 in damages by a judge. However, he claims the money still has not been paid to him, an error that Minaj 42 has since blamed on one of her financial advisors. So if you're blaming it on one of your financial advisors, and it's at the point where a judge is saying they're going to force the sale of your home, and if you have the money, just pay this guy, and then the judge won't have to make a decision on selling your home. So I'm taking it as she just don't got the money. On October the 6th, Thomas filed legal documents asking the court to order Minaj to sell her 11-bedroom, 16-bathroom dwelling in Hidden Hills, which she purchased for $19.5 million in December 2022. Oh, so she purchased it for $19.5 million. So if they're saying it's worth $20 million now, that's only, and I'm saying this in celebrity world, that's only, what is that, 0.5 million? So that's only $500,000. This is 2025, right? $500,000 in equity in 3 years? I don't know if that's a good thing. It seemed like it should be more, but okay. In his filing, the security guard noted that the home's $20 million value will cover Minaj and Petty's outstanding mortgage as well as the money that he is owed. Thomas' legal team stated that the star has a $13.3 million mortgage lien on the property and a $722,000 homestead exemption, together just under $14 million. The property's current fair market value is appraised at $20 million, yielding approximately $6 million in equity beyond the lien and the exception. The filing notes that amount is more than sufficient to satisfy the judgment, plus accrued interest and enforcement costs. Lawyers for the former security guard called attention to Minaj's extraordinary net worth, insisting that she is more than capable of paying him the damages that he is owed. Although it is regrettable that the extraordinary measure of forcing the sale of Minaj's dwelling is required, that result is entirely the product of her stringence in not making payment, they stated. I'm leaning towards she doesn't have the liquid cash. Why would your lawyers allow this thing to go this far if you can simply go to your bank account and get a cashier's check and pay this man? Minaj is a global music superstar, estimated to have a net worth of anywhere between $150 million and $190 million, and is reportedly the highest paid female rap star in the world. Where's the money? Somebody got to show me the money, because this doesn't make sense. Your lawyer would allow the possibility of your home being sold, but you're worth 150 to 190 million. The math ain't mathing. There's little doubt that she is highly capable of paying the judgment in full, and yet she has refused to do so despite multiple requests for payment and levies served upon several of her suspected creditors. Addressing the legal filing on X, formerly known as Twitter, Minaj insisted that she was unaware any money was still owed to Thomas, placing the blame for the issue on her business manager. I have evidence this was given to a business manager who never told me, she wrote. My lawyers and business managers, old and new, are aware. Let's see if they'll speak up, or if I have to call them out by name. The same business manager stole from me many times. They could have stole from you. Even if you have business managers that were supposed to pay your taxes and they don't pay your taxes, you're still going to be liable for said taxes. The latest legal snafu stems from an incident on March 22nd, 2019, when Thomas says he was physically assaulted by Petty and verbally berated by Minaj after the fan broke through a barrier and charged into the stage during the rapper's performance. The rapper allegedly became upset with the security team and told her husband about the incident. Thomas said he entered Minaj's dressing room in an effort to console her and was reportedly greeted by Starships rappers, her husband, and two other security guards. He claimed that he began consoling a crying Minaj, only for her to start yelling at him. He further alleged that she threw her shoe at him before her husband sucker punched him in the jaw without warning. The security guard was taken to the doctor, where he was required to have jaw surgery. Oh, her husband really punched him. Minaj's enormous abode in Hidden Hills currently serves as her primary residence. The expansive dwelling comes with 8 bedrooms, several bathrooms, a resort style pool, a cabana, a terrace with sweeping views of the hills, and a separate guest house. You know, it's just Nicki Minaj, her husband, and her son. That's a lot of house for just 3 people, but that's not my business, okay? The home spans 12,000 square feet and sits in a wealthy neighborhood with where several stars reside. Minaj previously rented a $28,000 monthly dwelling in Calabasas in 2020. She also previously rented a pad in Beverly Hills for $35,000 a month. Minaj also once owned a $10 million, 7,000 square foot abode with 6 bedrooms. It was her main residence before she picked up her Hidden Hills dwelling. Listen, this doesn't make sense to me in the sense that if she's worth all of this money, rather than continue down this path, pay the man. This is diva thoughts and nobody else's. Diva thoughts. The money's not there. Diva thoughts. This $150 to $190 million worth, it can't be there. It can't be there. You would allow your house to pretty much your home to go on the market on a forced sale versus just giving this man this $500,000? Something in the water ain't clean. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video.